In the summer of 1964, my father and I travelled by train to Aylesbury, and from there we took the short walk along Stocklake to Broughton Crossing. We had come to see the Aylesbury Railway, which had closed the previous December, that ran in a straight line for nearly 7 miles between Cheddington and Aylesbury, with one intermediate station at Marston Gate. At the time, I didn't know that my father knew the railway and wanted to show me what it was like before the track was lifted. I can remember the walk along the country road and rounding this bend. There were fields here then, the houses being 50 years in the future. In front of us was the crossing itself. Looking over the gates, this is the sort of view we had of the track disappearing into the distance. We walked on up to the cottages, and stopping at one, my father tentatively knocked. The door was answered by a lady whom my father knew, but had obviously not seen for a very long time. I can remember us being invited in and having tea, but the rest of the day has faded from memory. Many years later, I discovered that she was his aunt, my great-aunt, and he had stayed there as a small boy during the First World War, so knew Broughton Crossing and the railway in its heyday. We were to return in 1992 when my father was 80. The cottages were still there, as they are today. The pub had changed its name, and surprisingly a pair of crossing gates were still there, now set back from the road. In the pub car park at the edge of what would have been the track bed, we found a milepost and gradient post still in situ. "29 years later, and a lot has changed. The pub has changed its name and the gates have gone. Amazingly, in the car park, the gradient and mileposts are still there, but now devoid of their numbers. Some of the very overgrown trackbed is accessible, and most still exists with very little encroachment. I found these relics nearby, a railway fence post and a culvert, possibly original, running under the trackbed. With the housing development continuing, what will it be like in another 29 years, I wonder?